This episode of the Commercial Photography Podcast is brought to you by Desk & Studio.
In today's episode of the Commercial Photography Podcast, we talk to Jared Stedman, who is the General Manager of Mocha Group, as well as a pretty top photographer himself. Hi, Jared. How you going?
Gorgeous, mate.
Welcome to the podcast, Commercial Photography Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.
Chin chin. Sipping our tea on a Friday morning.
Keeping it healthy. We like that.
Yeah,
Why not?
absolutely. We won't tell them how many coffees we've had this morning, but we're having tea right now.
Yeah, pretend to be healthy. It's good.
Just in case there's anyone in the audience that doesn't know who you are.
Most of them, yeah.
Do you want to tell everyone who you are and what you do?
Feels like an AA meeting. Hi, I'm Jared. So I work in media now. But when I finished school, I was a photographer when I kicked off. So that was 20-something years ago. I've had a camera in my hand, and I've kind of progressed through that process from photography through the era of the digitalization of photography. My first camera was a film one, and I never shot commercially on film.
Yeah.
Only on digital side. But I moved from from stills, and I developed that into video, into marketing, into branding, into communications. And it's been a bit of a journey from the last 20 years, but it's been a good journey.
Yeah.
We like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I'm the general manager for a media company here in Australia, which specialises just in professional beauty, professional hair, and professional barbering. Amazing. So across that space, we do a range of award programs, which run 4 of those a year, from 300 people sit-down dinners to 700-800 people sit-down dinners. Plus, then we put out 16 magazines a year, so that's one every 3.5 weeks.
Gosh.
And then we also do brand and brand strategy, creative, obviously, in that space as well. And so it kind of gives us the ability to, understand a business from the ground and then push out the creative, the strategy and communication and distribution, which is what gives us a bit of an edge on all the other things that we do as well.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about me.
Wow. So you're busy.
A little bit busy, yeah.
You're busy.
Yeah, which I like.
A magazine every 3.5 weeks, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot. My boss, Linda, she's arguably quite crazy. She's been doing this for a long time. We're just about to celebrate 20 years.
Wow.
I've only been in the business for coming up to 3 years now,
but
I've been in hair world and that kind of space for about 15-ish, roughly. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's awesome because at the core of who I am, I just like hanging out with people.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I didn't really realize till I got this job how much of an extrovert I am as well.
Yeah.
But it's I travel around the country. Like I think this year I've done 4.5 months away from Sydney where I live.
Yeah.
And just travel around the country and across the globe with work, connecting, hanging out with people. Pretty much our job is to support and celebrate and make people look good.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. So you say that you come from like a photography background. Do you still do a lot of shooting yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So my week is quite unusual.
Yeah.
I am lucky because I own all of my kit. I've probably got about 150 grand's worth of gear, and I don't have to hire stuff. So I can kind of put down a camera or pick up a camera whenever I want, and it doesn't cost me anything, which is great.
Oh, that's.
This week alone, I've done small to larger shoots, probably 10 of those this week, and they range from stills to video to commercial to social. I think I've done, I don't know, maybe 20 interviews this week as well.
Wow.
And so I sit between the stills camera, the video camera, my iPhone, and a range between the lot. So some jobs are big commercial jobs still, and some jobs are I do it because I love it and I want to make people look good.
Yeah, cool.
So it's a bit quirky.
Yes, yeah. But do you love the fact that you can still, like, you know, you've obviously got this other job which is with Mocha. Like, obviously having that flexibility to still be able to do your own work as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I am an opportunist in terms of, like, I see a gap of 4 hours and I'll make it work.
Yeah.
So we had a job, we actually had our awards program up in for the barbering community, so professional barbering, so the Australian Modern Barber Awards up in Brisbane 2 weeks ago, I think it was. I flew up, did a shoot, did some interviews, hung out with some people. The morning of the awards, which we run the whole thing, I had about we kicked off setting up at like 12 o'clock, and I'd already teed up with a model up there who we were working with. I was like, should we do a shoot in the morning? She's like, yeah, 100%. I was like, great, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a moron because I should be focusing on what I'm doing, but I love what I do. And so it's just super cool to still at after 20 years, love what you do and still just being like, I don't know enough and I want to experiment and I want to, you know, just have a crack and do it and just enjoy what I'm doing and keep myself on edge all the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. So do you think that feeds into your role at Mocha a lot? Like how
1,000%.
Does that influence you in that sort of side of things?
So prior to getting the job with Mocha, I would probably shoot about 20 hair collections specifically, which would go into those award programs. When I started with Mocha, I stopped shooting for those because we judged them. So conflict. Yeah, conflict of interest, and so I pulled out from doing that. But what it did was open up my eyes to go, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to make money out of that anymore. So I still want to be creative. I still want to be relevant. And so I pushed across to doing more commercial stuff in the space that I have influence in. And still do like in the hair industry, there is a lot of stuff in like the L'Oreals and the Wellers and those kind of guys. They still have color programs or color competitions. So I still shoot a bunch of that stuff, both here and across the country and across the globe. So that has kept me on edge. And I keep a camera in my hand. I keep pushing editorial because that's where you experiment. That's where you learn. That's where you push your craft. And it's taught me, there was a L'Oreal conference and they had 38 models walk the catwalk. And I, like an idiot, was like, oh, I should shoot that. And so within about an hour and a bit, I shot 38 editorial shots backstage, which we then put into a magazine. That then got distributed across both the country and across the globe because L'Oreal is a big, thing. And so what it does is it gives me the ability to commercially support what I want to be doing, commercially support what Mocha is doing, but also celebrate the artists who have put the work into the makeup, the hair, the styling, the fashion, like everything about that. So it's mutually beneficial for all parties if I pull my finger out and do my job. So that's the space I'm in. Normally it's you get paid to do your job and that's when you do the job. Whereas in my space, there is there's a lot of mutually long-term benefits to being creative in a space that doesn't have a camera, people who have that ability. So it kind of enables us to be able to genuinely celebrate people who are doing really cool work, capture it in a way that they can't, and then we get branding points because we're making them look good. I get branding points because I'm the one doing it, but also the brands love it, the artists love it, everyone else around there loves it. So it's nice to be in a place where you can be useful.
Yeah. So I guess you've got kind of like a unique sort of combination where you have worked on the sort of the photography side of things, but also almost acting as a client in a way from, the magazines and the awards and things like that. So do you think that has working more on the client side of things, how has that influenced or do you think that your experience as a photographer has changed the way that you view working as a client or vice versa?
Yeah, for sure. I think when I started, I was trying to learn the technical side of doing photography, right?
Yeah.
And that was and still is a journey to this day because, I mean, the tech is changing
Things
so
are changing
fast.
all the time.
The lights are changing so fast.
Yeah.
Your kit changes. I mean, some stuff stays the same. I've had lenses that I've had for 9 years or longer, so I still have the same lenses.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Canon. They make a good lens, right?
Yes, they do.
It costs a chunk of cash, but it has lasted a really long time, massively.
Yeah.
But I think where I kind of got to the point where I was shooting and I didn't have any other measurements of success. And that was for me a really big thing because I was like, I'm getting booked again, and that's kind of the only way that I understand if I'm doing a good job from a commercial point of view. So then I started looking at if there's an opportunity, how do I leverage it?
Yeah.
Every single step of the way. So I would make sure that if I was getting booked to shoot a campaign, that I would also make sure I got BTS photos, which at the time wasn't really a thing because people wanted to not do BTS because it was a lower class piece of the pie. But I always looked at it from, I need that leverage for me. I also then that benefits other people. If the makeup artist gets a photo of themselves, they will be pumped, they will celebrate it, they will share it, and then everyone looks good. The project looks good. The project looks bigger than just the finished photo.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of started going across that way. And then also looking at it from a video point of view, I started shooting video as well. Again, not as a professional photographer trying to be at the top of the tree, that was for the assistant or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, well, I want to build my brand and I want my brand to be known and I don't want to be a commodity anymore. I want to be known for doing stuff that other people aren't doing, and I want to make these projects look really cool and fun and celebrate everyone. So I started doing video as well. And at the time, it was not easy to do.
Yeah.
It's wickedly easy now.
Yeah.
But back then it wasn't. And so I guess it was just around how do I get leverage? Leverage was always my key factor under everything I did on top of the creative. So then back to your question around like how does that work in terms of opening up your eyes to what is the commercial side of it. It looked at just leverage. Every brand gives you money because they want to market and they want to make money out of that product, whatever it is. But if you can give them something that's costing the same to be there and it's mutually beneficial for all parties, then why not do it? If you're supporting the brand and you're supporting your own brand, well, then that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to charge for certain stuff, time and effort. But when you're building your own personal brand, no one's going to pay you if no one knows who you are.
Yeah.
So leverage it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So if there was like a brand new baby photographer out there, or a photographer that's even been working in another space for a long time, so like weddings or families or something like that, but they're wanting to kind of move more into the commercial editorial world, what advice would you give them? Like, what's the first thing you would say to someone that said, I want to move into the commercial photography world?
Hands down, we live in a world where it doesn't cost to take a frame. It costs you, if you have a camera, it costs you nothing to push a button, right? So if you're a builder and you're trying to go into a new market, you have to build houses and they cost a bit of money, right? In this space, you need to build the product that you want to sell. And so if you want to go into editorial, start shooting editorial.
Yeah.
Experiment the hell out of it. The more you do it, when there is no risk, it means when you start getting paid for it, you have more tools in your tool belt. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So create a product that you want to be known for. Don't just wait for someone to go, oh, I really want to be a beauty photographer, but you don't have a portfolio of beauty photography. Why would anyone purchase that from you?
Like, fake it till you make it kind of.
Well, you just got to create it till you make it, right?
Yeah.
And no one's made it, just so we're all clear. The idea of someone being like, oh, when I do this, I'll do this.
Yeah.
No one ever makes it. Everyone's on a journey. Everyone's going through a space.
Yeah.
It's a real game of like, you just have to create the product that you want to sell. Don't wait for someone to come across and discover you, because that won't happen. People need to feel like if they give you money, that they are investing into something that is safe.
Yeah.
And the only way to create safety is credibility, and credibility comes through creating a product that they can see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think as creative people, we go, well, I deserve to be doing this because I can do it as good as this person.
Yeah.
And maybe technically you can, but the other person may have better brand. They may have better connections. They may have built, 20 years of work in a space. And so it's a safer option.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just can't recommend enough. If you want to be known for something, do it.
Yeah.
Be known for that by doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. So I think something that I've discovered, when I went into the commercial world, is that, obviously connections and, sharing the love a little bit around the other people within the industry has been super important for me, at least. How do you, are you somebody that kind of has a team that you, your go-to team? Do you have a go-to team whenever you're shooting or whenever you're putting together a production of any sort?
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to team?
Yeah, I think my wife's a makeup artist, and so anytime I get to work with her is a great time because she's fucking really good at her job.
Let's do a bit of a shout out.
Shireen Waddell.
Yes.
Big yellow, big bird, little ray of sunshine.
We'll put some links to her work.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get her on the podcast too.
I reckon there's a good chance that might happen. But when we started working together, we met on set. And when we started, she didn't want to work with me for a long time because she didn't know if I was going to be any good or not. She's got high standards, and it took us probably 3 years of working together before we kind of clicked and understood what each person did and how we operated.
Yeah.
She's a single child, so she likes to be right all the time, but she is incredibly good at what she does.
Yeah.
And I think the non-verbal side of the communication was really important when you're working with anyone, right? Because the soft skills, especially in creative industry, are arguably the most. You should be able to do your job. That's a given. It's the stuff on top is, do you know how to work with a client? Is, do you know how to communicate well? Do you know how to create a positive environment?
Yeah.
Are you toxic or not?
Yeah.
And I think especially in a creative space, a toxic person can destroy everything, because I think at the core of it, like creativity requires trust, and creativity requires safety to fail and know that you're not going to get jumped on, but you're going to be like, oh, that didn't work. Who cares? What have we learnt on that process? So with the team that I will generally work with, it'll range from priority one is what is the project and who is skillful in that space.
Yeah.
So are they good in commercial spaces or are they good in the creative space? You can't get someone who's, if you're going to do a body paint job, not every makeup artist can do that.
Yeah.
And so you might need someone like Brooke, who's up in Queensland. She is a pro at body painting, phenomenal, just absolutely brilliant, right? But, if you want to do like beautiful commercial makeup, you might get someone like a Penny Antoine who is incredible at beautiful commercial makeup, right? And so hair skills the same. It's like it depends if you're going avant-garde, if you're in commercial, if you're going at
Beauty.
what price point do you want to be rocking out as well? Like how much money does the client have?
Yes.
Will depend on who you can get. But it just depends on the client, what their objectives are, what do they specialize in, and how do you make sure when you are delivering a product to the client, because as a photographer, if it goes sideways, it's your fault. It's not the makeup artist's fault. It's not the hairdresser's fault. It's not the stylist's fault. It's your fault.
Yeah.
And when it goes sideways, you're the one who has to fix it.
Yeah.
So selfishly, you want everyone to be on the same page.
Yes.
You also want everyone to be skillful at their job.
Yeah.
You also don't want people who are pains in the asses on set.
No.
Or before or after.
It really does make or break a shoot sometimes, doesn't it? Like if you've got just that one person on set that is just not vibing with the rest of the people, it can actually, it can affect the rest of the shoot.
Totally, 100%. Yeah.
Ego is not a place, ego has no place on a set, I think.
And it's different. I think, if you're looking at a commercial job versus an editorial job, I think where people get a bit mixed up is that commercial job, there is a responsibility to deliver a product that the client has paid you to do.
Yes.
And therefore hierarchy is important in terms of who needs to do what and how much creative freedom someone has is limited by the fact that a client is paying, and so we need to all fall in line in that space.
Yeah.
When you're doing creative, I think where people get mixed up is they bring the commercial idea into the creative idea, but the editorial world is everyone's doing it for free. So if everyone's not walking away feeling supported, creatively pushed, driven to something new, experimented, then it's no longer editorial. It's someone has an idea and they want to do it and they want to use the other people. And if they want to use it, no worries, but they should be paid for that.
Yeah.
So it's a game of testing and trialing, but it's also editorial space is a really great, it's a fundamental space for experimenting so that you can test ideas out and people out so that you can bring them into commercial space. I think that people generally get mixed up with those two pieces. They think that they are the same and they're not the same. They are different. Yeah. They are very different.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever struggled with with the changing world of the commercial, in commercial photography?
I think it's right. I think the change in what we're doing is ever evolving.
Yeah.
And it is more rapid now with AI than it ever has been. And I mean, again, I started in when I first kicked off, we were doing film in dark rooms, and that was all we knew, right? Yeah. Digital came out. I remember my first boss, his name was Dave Anderson. He was an absolute legend of a human. Big personality from Chicago. He was shooting stuff which was the cover of Rolling Stones for U2 and making $60,000 a pop. right?
What a world.
What a world. But it was before the internet was a big thing,
Yeah,
right? Well,
yeah.
we're throwing it back a bit.
Yes.
And then I remember he bought one of the first like 1DXs, the Canon's like professional camera.
Yes.
I think he said it was at the time $24,000,
Yeah.
which going back in now money would have been like $40,000 for
Yeah.
a camera. Like this is not Hasselblad. This is just the premium for digital side.
It was like 6 megapixels or something.
It was
Wasn't
some trash. Absolute trash. But it was like this whole new world
Yeah.
where it was like you could use an SD card and that kind of stuff. And I think that when the change happens, you can't stop the change. So you either need to get on board or get out.
Yeah.
We know a company that was, one of the biggest in the film space, in camera world, Kodak. No longer exists because they didn't jump on board. The main guy who was driving the digitalization of there, they didn't want. And he went across to, I think he went across to Sony and then started Sony's digitalization,
Yeah.
right? There's companies that are, our phones used to be not Nikon, Nokia, right? They were the only phone available.
Yeah.
But they didn't switch to the smartphone quick enough, and now they are no longer in existence.
Yeah.
I think the same is in the AI space and what we're doing, and also in the commercial space and how that has changed everything, that the human connection will never get lost because humans need to feel human. And that's what we love about being human, is that we're not robots. We need that, the risk of failure all the time. We need that love, that connection that you can't get from a robot yet. But the commercial space, back in that day, back in my first boss's day, it was $60,000 for one shot that got printed, right? Then he got out of it 15 years later, because he was like, I can only make like 10 grand on like small stuff. Like he's like, it's just, there's no money in it anymore. Whereas I came up in the world where I was like, 10 grand, fucking awesome. But I think the personal brand side is what's changed. People get, you can sell the same product. If we take example for this water, it's available in every tap, but we go down the road and we spend $5 or $6 on a glass of water or a cup of water, right?
Yep.
The value of the water is the same, but the branding behind it is what we attach ourselves to. And I think personal brand has become so much more needed and valuable than it was before.
So do you mean like the personal brand of the photographer themselves?
Yeah, massively.
Right. Yeah, cool.
Hugely. Because again, it used to be there was only, if you were going to do a car commercial, there was only like 3 or 4 people who could do it at the level at that top end, right?
Yeah.
Lights are getting cheaper, cameras are getting cheaper, the point of entry is cheaper. What you could do in a week and a half, you can now do in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So skill set has changed. It's dramatically changed.
Yeah.
And so the personal brand and what people's taste level is has become more important than almost the outcome. And because brands are paying money, it used to be for the top image that they would then leverage and push out. But people's own platform has more leverage than that stuff as well. And so the game has changed, but I still think that there is the tiers between premium and low fly has become bigger and more important. There's still very much a place for that premium. But there's also a big market all the way down to that low fly stuff. And that is what's changed massively. And I think that is what's really hard for photographers who have been in commercial space for a really long time to kind of grasp the idea of someone with an iPhone can do a really good job from a marketing and leverage point of view.
Sure.
Not from a technical point of view. It's a different skill set.
Yeah.
Completely different skill set. But marketers want to sell stuff. So if you're not helping to sell stuff, then you're not useful.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it's really changed.
Yeah.
Massively.
Do you think brands are changing the way that they're budgeting for these things?
Marketing budgets changed. Yes, 100%. Because, and this is where I think that the lack of understanding is. One, it used to be you got the cover of Vogue and you would sell out.
Yeah.
Because Vogue had more eyeballs than anything else, right?
Yeah.
When digital came out and social platforms came out, marketing changed. It used to be Vogue was the authority.
Yeah.
And that's what it was, right? Or whatever, Bazaar or whatever. Now, the leverage that individuals can have and the eyeballs that individuals can have and the impact of sales that individuals can have can be more influential than a Vogue.
Yeah.
And that's the shift that people are not connecting. So the marketing budget has changed based on the leverage that has changed. The eyeballs is always what it's about. It's always about, if I give you $1,000, can I get 3 back?
Yeah.
That's what I want as a brand.
Yeah.
And I think the power that a photographer used to have as a commercial top end has shifted, and whether you like it or not, that's the reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've diversified again. Like I still shoot premium top end commercial stuff where I'm doing jobs where you're doing $100,000 jobs, right?
Yeah.
But I do the same skill sets when I do a $3,000 job.
Yeah.
It's just about the platform. It's just about the eyeballs. It's just about the price of the product.
Yeah.
It's just about how much that person has and how important the marketing is for that thing. But it used to be, again, like you'd created one piece of content that would get seen by lots of people, and now content is it's microseconds of information that is going through.
Yeah.
So it's changed.
Yes.
Unfortunately or fortunately, it's changed.
Yeah. And it will change again.
1,000%. I was thinking about it on the way over here, like, the changes from when horse and cart came to a car came.
Yeah.
That was an astonishing change in an industry that was not ready for it, right?
Yeah.
And people lost their jobs. Hands down. People no longer had jobs doing horse and cart building.
Yeah.
But also a car industry was created, and thousands and thousands of more jobs were created.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really, it's hard to see when you see people's jobs, an entire industry just get like completely flipped upside down.
Yeah.
And especially when there's skill set in it, I admire more than anything the people who could shoot stills when there was no digital, nothing.
Yeah.
When they could shoot stills with flashes.
Yeah.
That is like, I never could do that. Could not. There's no way on earth I could do that. None.
Yeah.
It's just the technicality of what it is astonishing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that skill set is not valued like it is now because you're tethered to capture one and you shoot and you see how it rolls and there's still a great skill set in that, but it's not the same level.
Yeah.
But that's just reality. That's the way the world works.
Yeah.
You can hate it, but it's not changing. Like that's what the reality.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just learning to adapt and going with the flow a little bit and figuring out what the next step is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same as like if you're looking at being an accountant, that job has changed astonishingly when computers came in and Excel came in.
Yeah.
And then the Excel program has developed to do graphs, reports, like all this kind of stuff. MYOB came in and just completely took industries and changed it. Like we're not the only industry that's changed.
Yeah.
I think people in the creative space get really fearful of the fact that change has happened.
Yes.
But it's not just in our industry, it's the world.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Well, I remember when I, like you, came from a film world, and I remember the panic that happened when the DSLRs came in.
Yeah.
And you had these old school film guys going, it'll never take off. Like it'll never beat film in quality and all this kind of stuff. And then like who shoots film now? It's kind of like a sort of a niche little fun thing to do. Yeah.
But and also the people who can do it, well done.
Yeah.
Because that is a skill set.
Oh, it is
and
a skill set.
it's a risk and it's a totally different art form.
Totally. Yeah. It's fun. It's a lot of fun if you get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't
It's been a while.
I haven't touched a film camera for a long time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've done film. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I think what we'll do is I've got a couple of questions for
Shoot
you.
away.
So I believe that I asked you to bring in an image that you sent through. And if you're on the video, it's going to flash up now.
Magically.
Magically.
Hopefully.
So tell me a little bit about this beautiful image. It's stunning.
So I, when I finished school, I went, I was doing a lot of work in communities and youth work and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know how I got this fun little side project, but I worked with it must have been the police, like on a federal level or something.
Okay.
And they had holiday programs going out to communities in like the middle and Northern Territory.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a little point and shoot camera, and we were doing like holiday programs in Indigenous communities out like in the middle of absolutely nowhere, right?
Yeah.
But I remember this photo was quite a pinnacle point in my career in terms of just understanding how you can capture a moment that can last. Quite literally, that photo was from I think about 2012.
Yeah.
So we're throwing it back a few years here. But it was this little girl. She had like beautiful skin. It was just like on this dirt road. You can't really see it because it's all blown out. But in the middle of absolutely nowhere in the middle of Northern Territory. Yeah. And it was just this capturing of a moment, which was this little smile on this little beautiful innocent face. Yeah. Like really dirty, rugged hair. But it was a moment for me where it kind of flipped from happy snaps to a time capsule. You have the ability to capture a moment that is then stood still in time forever. Yeah. And I think even today, like I still look at moments like that where, you know, people have a celebration. You know, I shot weddings for probably 4 or 5 years and it was this idea of this moment in time. You don't know what's going to happen after it. Yeah. You don't know if someone's going to pass away. You don't know if someone's going to leave the country or what's going to happen. But at that very second, you can capture a moment that will last forever. Yeah. And if you allow yourself to be present in that time and take the time and the effort to capture it well, it doesn't have to be set up in like, you know, big and contrived or anything like that. It can be literally a flick of the moment. And that's the power. And, you know, we sit in where you have a phone and it has, most people's phones will have 40,000 photos on it, right? Yeah. But there is something beautiful about every one of those 40,000 images still has something sentimental. It still has something beautiful. It still has something that means something in that time. And I think as a human being and as a photographer, our job is to see things that other people do not see. And those moments that get swept away and they're lost in our memory bank, and that memory bank changes and evolves, and we lose memory and we construe reality. Like those moments you can capture and hold. You can snap a piece of history in a second. And that is something that is like really, really special.
Yeah.
Really special.
It's it's quite magical, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
We were in Brisbane, and someone, a guy, Mark Rabone, was celebrating 20 years of business, right? Really, really cool dude. He's got a barbershop up there.
Yeah.
He's got two. And we got invited because we're media, so we were there to hang out and celebrate with them.
Yeah.
And I have this black and white photo in my head. It was only a couple of weeks ago, but he's standing on a garden bed, talking to maybe 40 people that were there.
Yeah.
And it's just him like in a moment, right?
Yeah.
And there's something so special about
yeah.
stuff moves real fast now. Stuff really and socials has taught us to have a very short attention span.
Yes.
But a photo, whether you put it on a wall or you see it somewhere, you can actually sit and you can see something in that helps you. If you allow it to, it creates this. You can see this world that can be really easily missed.
Yes.
And so I think that is what's so beautiful about it, is that it's really like this. You create moments that last forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's an incredible gift to be able to do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That actually kind of just makes me reminds me of, I've had two good friends that have passed away way too young, and the fact that I was able to create these beautiful portraits of them, and that they were the ones that were used. Oh, I'm gonna get
It's
teary
so
now.
special, though.
The ones that were used at the funerals.
Yes.
It's just it makes me feel so honoured to have been part of that person's journey.
Yeah.
And that's the photo that their families have gone.
Yeah.
That's them. That's who. This is the best representation of that person.
Huge.
It's a huge honour.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at that side, like that time where someone is no longer here and you have been able to, someone's lived for 40, 50 years and one individual image encapsulates who they are. Yeah. That's a skill set and a gift that is incredibly special, incredibly, in terms of humanness. Yes. That's the core of humanness.
And you don't know at the time. You don't think that your friend who's only 40 something is going to pass away. No. But then you do it, and the meaning behind that is magnified a bazillion %. Not that far after,
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's also everyone is vain. Everyone has ego. Yeah. And if the reality is that it's not a bad thing, it's just human nature to want to look after yourself. That's called being alive. Yep. But if you can, capture a moment where someone feels good, looks good, feels good about themselves. Yeah. You have the ability to uplift and celebrate someone and change their perception of themselves. Yeah. That's an incredible gift as well, like an astonishing gift.
Yeah, just beautiful. Okay. I got a little sad, so we're going to bring it up a little bit.
It's good. I think the art world, this year's we're talking about. It's a mix between commerciality, how do we make money, but also the ability of art is it's not about making money. It's about the emotion. It's about storytelling. It's
about connection.
Connection, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can mix those two worlds,
Yeah.
you have more power than other people do, because generally speaking, an accountant doesn't have the emotional connection to the numbers that we do to an image.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what drives us past a job into a career, into a passion, into something that you can do to the day you die.
And honestly, I think that that's what makes even a commercial photographer who, you know, you kind of think it is all about money and making money and not just for yourself, but for the brand, for all the other people involved. But, you know, it is about having, you know, that sometimes it's just having that little extra, you know, spice.
Totally.
It's the extra element. It's the sixth element of it.
Totally.
And that connection and that look in the eye and, you know, that makes it special. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with that as well, it's like it's that edge. If you have a desire to push into a space beyond what is just given to you, that's what gives you the edge. If you continue to push that craft, continue to push that skill, continue to push that idea time and time again, that's what gives you longevity in the industry. That will give you ability to do more than anyone else, because you become the creative juices flow more freely the more you listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Before we wrap up, I just thought it'd be great, because I think it's really important in this industry that we give our little shout outs to people that that you think are pretty special in the industry, regardless of whether they're a photographer or a hairstylist or anything. So did you have any shout outs that you want to give?
I have a list as long as my arm, to be
I bet
honest
you
with
do. You don't be in an industry for so long and in all the different facets that you're in without having some special people in the world, right?
Yeah, I think there is some really incredible creative people. And I have this funny thing where I don't really give a shit about someone until I've met them and I understand their personality. I have a pretty strong rule on it. Don't work with dickheads.
Yeah.
So the combination feathers out some people. But obviously I would be remiss to say anything bad about or not support and celebrate my wife, Shireen Waddell, who is a genius. She
is. I've seen her work. She's next level.
Yeah. I mean, she's got her honours in fine arts. She has been teaching makeup for about 10 or so years. She has travelled the globe doing it. She has run fashion weeks. She has run shows. She is an absolute nutbag in a great way, and a beautiful, beautiful human, and will make you feel like $1 million the second you meet her.
Yeah.
So she's definitely one. And hands down, a guy, Andrew O'Toole, who's a photographer who has crafted the hair and beauty industry globally. Yeah. Who lives in Melbourne. Beautiful, beautiful human being. Yeah. Really, really lovely human being. He is the epitome of driving and crafting and curating trends in an entire industry for the past 20 years. Yeah. He is just the best. Yeah. I stopped assisting maybe 10 or so years ago, but whenever he's in town or I'm near him, I will make sure that I assist him purely just so I get to hang out with him. We can have a laugh pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. But there's no one I honor and respect more than that man. He is an incredible, incredible human being. Andrew O'Toole.
Genius. We'll put some links up as well. He is definitely a leader in that kind of hair space, isn't he? He's just, and his creativity is just next level. It's just beautiful. Yeah. And I think that, that actually reflects and shows in who you are as well, that you've kind of attracted these people around you that have that kind of amazing creativity. And they're both amazing with colour. I just realised that. Both Andrew and your wife are just beautiful, amazing stuff. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you to the guys behind the cameras making the magic work.
My team.
Because this doesn't happen just because we hang out
I was
here.
going to say I should be doing some shout outs to my team every single
Yes, you
episode.
should.
Yeah, I'm getting the nods.
No, I think this is the beautiful part about this is that, you know, everything takes a village to make something work, and it requires, like, even the way that this setup happens, it doesn't just magically happen. It requires people's creative skill sets coming together, their technical skills, their financial investment. Like, it requires a team to make this stuff happen. That's irreplaceable.
For sure.
Yeah. So thank you for inviting me. I appreciate being able to pop the cherry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you could come along. It's been great, and I hope to see you around the traps.
Yep, will do.
See you.